In this video, I explain to you why being a single book software architect is super bad for you, for your career, and for your team. Last week, I saw a post about based on the code, we can understand the favorite book of the architect. And that is bad, right? So it unfortunately happens more often and often. People who love that book so much that tries to apply in every context application, doesn't matter what. There is a huge amount of issues doing that. I will enumerate just a few. The first one, as natural, it is impossible to hold the whole knowledge of software architecture in a single book. We have a huge amount of patterns, methodologies, contexts, and so on, that is impossible to hold that knowledge in a single book. Otherwise, it will be huge, millions of pages. The second reason is we need to understand that everything has a trade-off in software architecture and software design. And your book goes that way as well. Doesn't matter how popular is this book about design, how popular is this book about architecture, this book eventually will face a trade-off. So don't treat your book as a silver bullet. So eventually you need to understand context and identify when it applies and when it doesn't apply inside the reality in your context. Otherwise, you will be a software architect with a hammer inside a toolbox. It is a huge limitation doing that, right? So you don't want to be this kind of person who has a single hexagonal model and try to apply even in a simple CRUD application. The third reason for me is books are not enemies. Indeed, they are allies, and then you can combine those. For example, domain-driven design, it is an amazing book where you understand better to put the business or the domain as first approach. However, this book is amazing, but it brings some lacks of how to apply properly design patterns with Java. The design pattern by Goff can help you with that lack. However, those two books alone will not give you a tip or hint how to write optimized Java code. And then the book that can cover this lack is the Effective Java. Those three books are amazing. However, those books are lacking in how to write effective tests. The Effective Test book can handle and help you with that. So as you can see, I don't see books as an enemy. So I can combine those knowledge to become a better software architect or staff engineer. So avoid to apply or understand when it makes sense and when it doesn't make sense. And the last step on that discussion is, remember, you are the judge. Especially because the context is the king. So, Otavio, I read the Microservices book. Should I apply? It doesn't matter what situation, the answer is not. Even the book from Sam Neiman explained that microservice might not be the first solution. You can start with monolith, for example, and so on. So hexagonal model is amazing. We could see that better in clean architecture, but it might bring a huge complexity in your code based on the context and the scenario. Remember, the right pattern in the wrong context become a non-pattern, and we should avoid that. So that is it for today. Hopefully you got the message. Explore and combine knowledge by books. So don't imagine that a single book is enough to define a software architecture. Otherwise, you're going to have a huge limitation in your career and your team. Another point is understand that even your favorite books might have lacks where another books can help you to fill up this gap of knowledge. Hopefully you got the message. And please let me know what is your favorite book. Actually, everybody has at least one or two, right? And if you want to enhance your career, move forward, subscribe to this channel.